Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
I wanted to be your father. I never wanted to be your father figure. You have a father, but your father's dead.
I'm short. I'm bald. I can't get any hoes.
She's on me, bitch.
Tonight you meet the team of Thunder Tits.
Adam! You fucking Marc! Fire me! I'm gonna do some real cowboy shit!
Must be juju. Goodbye. Mwah. Good night.
Bang! Yes!
These people walk away, only one thing on their mind, and it's a phrase of, whose house?
I'm better than you.
And you know it!
Restore the feeling. Bravo, I am the feeling.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode, a new episode, that's right, of WrestleLite. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, fresh off of AEW Revolution, we are here to talk about it. A lot of stuff happened on Revolution. A lot of stuff happened on Sunday night. I'm not gonna lie, I was so exhausted from the pay-per-view that as soon as the pay-per-view ended, as soon as it was the broadcast went off, I went to bed. I am not even lying to you guys. I was like, oh my goodness, that if there was a pay-per-view that was honestly like draining, and in a good way, all right. I think the main event. I will say that I think for me, the main event went on a little bit longer than it needed to, but obviously they had all those spots and they had all those different things that they were doing. So it's obviously it makes sense. I was just exhausted by the whole event. In a good way though. Like the spot, they weren't bad spots. There were some really good spots. They did some really good stuff. I loved it. I loved the pay-per-view. I thought it was really, really good. Again, I thought they did some really good stuff. Give me your thoughts on it, man. Like, drop comments and stuff like that. DM me, do whatever you need to do. But, or however you can reach me, just do it. Email me, whatever. You guys can find me on markcologne55@gmail.com. You can also find me on Huddling the Boys, HTBoys _ on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook, Marc Cologne, Marc A. Cologne. You can also find me on where else? Obviously YouTube, Spotify. You guys can find me on. We have a Facebook page, Huddling the Boys, as well. We post wrestling and football content. So honestly, you guys can find me anywhere. If you can't find me, it sounds like a you problem. It sounds like a you problem at that point. You know what I mean? Because I'm very easy to find. But yeah, it was. In my opinion, I thought it was a really, really good pay-per-view. I'll give it. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. Maybe a 9, maybe 8.5. I'll give it. There was a few things for me that kind of was like, I understand why Ronda's there. I get it. She's mainstream. She's a big name. I don't like it. I 100% don't like it. But I understand it. You see, that's the difference. I might not like it, but I understand it. Congratulations to her. You know, I know she said she'll never, do the wrestling shtick again, and here she is doing the wrestling shtick again. So hopefully it's a better this shtick, this run she has in AEW, whether it's a one-off or it's a part-time thing or whatever it is, full-time, whatever this run is for her. Hopefully it's more successful than her WWE run. And maybe she, she could get some fans behind her. Maybe she could do some really good stuff, and she can win some of those fans back that she lost. Um, but yeah, man. So the Ronda one, I was like, I don't love it. I understood it though, and you really didn't get a pop. Like the fans booed her, like which, in my opinion, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was honestly surprised by it. I was like, wow, like they're booing her. Like I honestly did not expect her to get booed. I would have thought, and maybe that's just my thinking, but yeah, I expected her to maybe get cheered a bit, but hey, it is what it is. Um, yeah, and then the main event, I would say the main event. Again, I thought the main event ran a little longer than expected. I think we all see what's going to happen um, with Hangman. He's eventually going to turn heel. He's going to go back on his his handshake agreement, and he's going to be like, yeah, I'm coming after that world title. I don't care what agreement I made. I'm not Cody Rhodes. I'm not scared of being a heel. I'll be a heel, and I will win that World Heavyweight Championship, and I'll be a heel. I think that's great. Honestly, like, yes, absolutely. Like, yeah, that's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. Like, I get it. Not a lot of people. I know a lot of people are upset about it because, and you know what? I don't blame the fans of being upset about this because, yeah, you should be upset. Like, you don't necessarily know what to expect or what you're gonna get from this because now Hangman's like, oh well, Hangman can't, compete for a title. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's frustrating for some fans because they've dealt with the Cody stuff. Like, and it's like, too, it's like, okay, well, is Hangman now going to be like going to WWE? No, people, no. What this means is, and essentially, is that Hangman Adam Page, is going to go back on his word. He's going to go back on his word, and he is going to reel you guys into an amazing story. Not only him, Tony Khan, but like they're gonna say this amazing story with this, and it's honestly it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be so beautiful. I honestly cannot wait for it when they start telling this more in depth, right? And then we have to think about, okay, so they're telling us this story. Does this mean we get a heel Hangman, a heel Swerve working together? Because for me, I was like, man, like I honestly thought Hangman would lose because Swerve helped MJF, and not necessarily helped them, but more like I felt like it would be more of like a jealousy thing of why he kind of interjected himself into this match. We didn't get that. We didn't get no Swerve. We didn't get no interferences, right? And maybe that's why we got a return not where I expected. I am not gonna lie to you. I didn't expect that return to happen at that moment. It was like, oh, we're getting that return now? And that's where it was like, okay, if we're getting this return now, yeah, that probably means this or that. You know what I mean? And which I was okay with at the end of the day because the most important thing was like, hey, we got that churn. We got that return. Like, might have not gotten the churn that we wanted, the return when we wanted it, but we got it. We got it. And I think it's good because you kind of, right? because like the Swerve Hangman stuff hasn't really been addressed. Because we seen what we seen. We seen Swerve nearly kill Kenny, so we'll see what happens with that. Maybe they do go into kind of a story now with the two, or we'll see how that plays out. I don't know. I think it's very interesting. There's a lot of stories you can kind of tell, right? We've seen the return of Kenny Omega. We've seen the return of Cope and Christian. We've seen the return of Will Ospreay. That's the one I was talking about where I felt like that would be a return for the main event. It wasn't. Right? Ronda Rousey making her debut in AEW is another one. And yes, necessarily this isn't her debut, but it is in AEW form because yes, she's made an appearance in ROH, absolutely, but not in AEW. So let's remember that. Let's remember that, folks, and let's take that into consideration. Yeah. So, and that's another thing. That's why I can't give this a full 10 because it was like the second half of the show. They bomb squatted all the returns for like the first half of the show, and then the second half of the show there were no turns, there was no returns, and there was no heel turning face, no face turning heel. So it was just like, okay, like what's going on? You know what I mean? So it was very, very weird in a way, but it was a good pay-per-view. It was a good pay-per-view, though. I'm not gonna lie. I loved the pay-per-view from my standpoint. From my standpoint, I thought the pay-per-view was a very good one. I thought the pay-per-view was just it was good in my sense. I thought it was really good. Probably, so I would say, in my opinion, the best pay-per-view of 2026 so far. Obviously, we still got WrestleMania and all of that. So we'll see if that can clear, but we'll see. We'll see. Now, the Will Ospreay of things, right? Like, we don't know what's going to happen to Hangman. We don't know what's going to happen with Kenny and Swerve. We don't know what's going to happen with Swerve and Hangman. We don't know what's next for MJF, right? We don't necessarily know what's going to happen with Ronda. We don't know what's going to happen. Who's another person that we could kind of throw out there? Oh, yeah, I mean, maybe we're going to have a triple threat TLC between the Bucks, FTR, Bucks, Adam, Copeland, and Christian Cage. Like, we don't know. We technically don't know yet. But as far as like Will Ospreay, we kind of have the sense of what's going to happen. He's getting his match versus Jon Moxley. He's coming for blood, right? Like he's going to face Jon. Probably, I would say Dynasty. That's where I would have him versus Jon Moxley. I'm not having him. They're not gonna. No. You're not doing a Dynamite. You're not doing a Collision. No, you're gonna have a very high end, top dollar pay-per-view match between these two, and they're gonna kill it. They're gonna kill it. They're gonna kill it. They're gonna do some great things, and I can't wait for it. Oh, I cannot wait for it, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to see. Now we'll see. Who's playing the face, who's playing the face, who's playing the heel. That's gonna be another interesting element of it as well, because everybody has thought like Moxley's a face now. In my opinion, Jon Moxley is a tweener. I wouldn't go as far to be like, yeah, he's a baby face. No. In my opinion, I think Jon Moxley is a tweener. Now, obviously, we'll see. Right, we'll see what happens because we're just going off of Sunday and what we've been seeing John Moxley do. But yeah, and then also another thing would be, is Will Ospreay going to go after Gabe Kidd as well? Or is he just going after John Moxley? And then later on, he'll be like, all right, Gabe Kidd, come here, I need a piece of you. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder that as well. Like, how is he going to play that off, right? Because essentially, like, yeah, he could go after Gabe Kidd. He could go after Death Riders entirely. But, who is going to help him? I mean, maybe Hangman, but we don't necessarily know what's next for Hangman at the moment. So, like, if you were to go after the Death Riders, if you were to go after not Hangman, if you were to go after what's his name? Gabe Kidd, the Death Riders, the Dogs, the War Dogs, how are you going to play this? Right? Like, what are you going to do to even the numbers? Because essentially, you're all alone, Will. Like, Will Ospreay is, yeah, he's all alone right now. He has nobody. I have nobody. Like, and it'll be interesting to see what happens this Wednesday, obviously, to see what's going to happen with Will and stuff. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting, and I'm here for it. Obviously, the end goal is for Will to face. It's going to be Will versus whoever the world champion is at All In. Like, Will Ospreay is going to be the world champion. He absolutely is. Like, he's going to be the world champion once All In is over. Like, I feel like we all know that. And if you don't, then you need to, like, open your eyes and realize where you're at, where you're going to be standing, and where you are necessarily where you're standing at the moment. Like, that's the end game right now. That's what's going to happen. Like, that shouldn't be a surprise for anybody. But then again, like, there's some people where you have to, like, just, like, you can't convince them. Like, as much as you want to convince them, they cannot be convinced. So you just have to be like, you know what? You're right. You got it. Whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. And just let them go away at it on X, on Twitter, and just let everything play out as far as, like, AEW television goes, and eventually they'll see the vision. No pun intended. But yeah, it's going to be some really good stuff. I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it. I know they're going to be doing some real really, really good storytelling. Leading up to All In. We got, again, there's Forbidden Door. So you got Forbidden Door. You have Dynasty. You have Double or Nothing. Like, you have tons of places and pay-per-views where you're going to be telling more than one story. You're going to be telling a whole plethora of things. And ladies and gentlemen, just enjoy this ride, man, because they're going to be doing so many different things that a lot of people are just going to be like, huh? But if you open it with a creative mind, if you open it with a mind of just like, hey, like, yeah, like, we were told about this months ago, or, we were told about this said time ago. Like, we were told, yeah, we have to open our eyes. Yes, we have to just wait it out and see where this is going to take us. Look where it's taken us, you know what I mean? And even, again, if Will Ospreay isn't, fighting for the championship or a championship at All In. He's still going to be doing something meaningful. He scared me when he took that dive, that when his head almost hit the apron. I got scared for my life. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was scared for my life. Well, more his, but it was like, dude, we just got you back. What are you doing? And obviously, Will's gonna be working with New Japan as we seen in January. You know, we seen him, you know, talk to the new and improved United Kingdom and, well, sorry, not United Empire. So that's another element of it too, like how he works with them and what's going to happen with that partnership. Do they do that kind of at a Forbidden Door, or is it going to be something where he's going to be going to New Japan more, right? So that's going to be very interesting as well. And I'm here for it all, people. I'm here for it all. And sign me up, like right now. Sign me up. I'm ready for it, man. But yeah. I'm excited for Wednesday. I can't wait to see what happens. Obviously, there should be no reason why Will isn't on the show on Wednesday. Yeah, he's going to be on the show. Just enjoy the ride. Enjoy what they're going to be taking us on now. And yeah, man, just enjoy it. You know, a lot of people like to run before they can walk. Start crawling first. Let's see what they give us on Wednesday. Let's see the story they tell us too. You know, what Will, right? What's his redemption arc? What's his 2026 looking like? Right? Because that's going to be told as well. It's not just going to be like, yeah, John Moxley, Death Riders, I'm coming for you. No, he's probably going to give us all a timeline of like, hey, this is what my 2026 is going to look like. I'm coming for the World Championship. I have to have a conversation with Swerve. I want to fight Kenny again, right? Like, I don't know necessarily what the entire timeline looks like, but I would assume it's something like that. Whether it's Max, it's Kenny, whoever the champion is, I'm coming for them, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff Will's definitely going to say on Wednesday, because he has ADHD, and there's a lot of stuff I just be saying on this podcast. I'll be going 10 different million ways, and I already know. I know, and I see it already. Will is absolutely just going to be like, the feeling is back, bruv. Right? He's going to hit us with some of those punts, those puns and them lines, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys have to enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride that they're about to take you on. Enjoy it for what it is and what it's worth. Listen, professional wrestling is supposed to be a masterclass. It's supposed to be a masterpiece. And I'm not talking about Chris Masters. Enjoy it. Yes. Is criticism fair? Yes. But at the same time, not everything deserves to be criticized. Enjoy it. Love somebody today, tomorrow, and forever, because you never know when that person might need it the most. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Marc Cologne. I appreciate you guys for listening to another episode of WrestleLite. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, and the next time will possibly be with Chris on this podcast later this week. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And until next week, until next time, until maybe later this week, goodbye. I also want to add, because I want to talk about this, because I don't know if me and Chris will end up covering it. I hope we do. But the Britt Baker and the Sammy Guevara saga, like, it's not up to us thing on X. We have to take into consideration of possibly why that's happening. We don't necessarily know at the moment. Maybe we will get some light to that eventually, but right now, obviously, we won't. And right, if it's a Tony situation, right, where it's like, I just don't have anything for you right now. Like, Sammy, at least you could still have him doing ROH stuff, even AEW stuff. You can have him do. but I know he has some problems with Mercedes. I don't know what happened there, but hopefully we do get some Sammy sightings soon. And then the Britt stuff. Britt is top 10, one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. She absolutely 100% deserves to be showcased each and every week. Hopefully we get that very, very soon, because there should be no reason that Britt isn't on TV weekly. So hopefully soon we see her back, and maybe she could do a program with Telka, maybe Chris Statlander, right? Maybe another program with Mercedes, right? You can do so many things with Britt. But we'll see. Hopefully, just wanted to shoot that real quick. Sammy, I wouldn't mind him doing something maybe with a Yuta. Maybe you could have him do something with who can we throw out there that would kind of make sense? Maybe a Pac, right? Maybe a Claudio. You kind of do some programs with him. Kind of got lost in the shuffle after Jericho vanished, but you could still do some stuff with him. So hopefully we do get that. Hopefully we get that sooner rather than later, right? And it's not a situation where it's like AEW were to lose with Sammy, so like a WWE. But again, we'll see. All right, goodbye.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
I wanted to be your father. I never wanted to be your father figure. You have a father, but your father's dead.
I'm short. I'm bald. I can't get any hoes.
She's on me, bitch.
Tonight you meet the team of Thunder Tits.
Adam!
You fucking Marc! Fire me!
I'm gonna do some real cowboy shit!
Must bid you two a goodbye. Mwah. And good night.
Bang! Yes!
These people walk away, only one thing on their mind, and it's a phrase of, whose house?
I'm better than you.